You know what the most important thing is for us here on the Techlinked team? Safety. Just kidding, it's tech news.
Wait, what?
Google was in the same boat as the rest of us and couldn't come up with the name of a dessert that starts with Q. So they're just calling the latest version of Android 10. And if you have a Pixel device, you probably have the option to update as of yesterday. Android 10 brings with it flashy new icons and animations, improved performance and security, a true system-wide dark mode, finally, as well as new features like live caption, which can play subtitles on any video content on your phone. Does that mean they're just listening to everything you watch? Wow, Google, you just never cease to amaze, do you? It also brings iPhone-like swipe gestures for navigation if you're into that sort of thing. So there's no doubt more to be found under the hood, including an experimental desktop mode in the developer options that can be used with an external display. I personally can't wait to play around with it, but I've got to because I use a Galaxy Note. So I get Android 10 whenever Samsung gets around to it. The IFA 2019 trade show has kicked off in Berlin, so tech companies have taken the opportunity to dump a truck full of laptops and other electronically powered gizmos into our news feeds. ASUS led the way, showing off a 4K 120Hz monitor in its ProArt lineup that might compete with Apple's Pro Display, depending on the price of the stand. Oh! The StudioBook One is the first laptop to feature Nvidia's new Quadro RTX 6000, which is supposedly the most powerful mobile GPU for creators. Then there's the StudioBook X, which packs a less powerful Quadro RTX 5000, it's basically here at this point, but adds an ASUS screen pad display and trackpad combo. ASUS also showed off the ROG Zephyrus S GX701, the first laptop with a 300Hz display, which I actually did a video on over at Linus Tech Tips. So go watch it after this video because there's even more laptops. What? Acer also showed up at IFA with new versions of their Concept D Pro laptops equipped with Quadro RTX 5000 GPUs instead of the Max-Q GeForce RTX versions we saw last year. The company also introduced a new line of Nitro XV3 gaming monitors with refresh rates from 165 all the way up to 240 Hz. Not that that's impressive anymore. If it's not 300, it ain't nothing. And they provided a look at their updated Thronos Air gaming chair, assuming that you can call it a chair. So the monitor arm isn't motorized anymore, which apparently cuts $6,000 off the price. Now, it's not cheap anyway, it's still 14 grand US, so if you want one, you should probably start saving your pennies. But yeah, lastly, Acer announced what they're calling Predator PowerGem.
Power.
A thermal pad designed for laptops and desktops. The company says that it conducts heat 4 times faster than copper and can improve CPU performance by up to 12.5%. In other news, I would say that I am 24% smarter than other tech YouTubers and have therefore renamed myself to Strong Jewel.
Strong Jewel!
You shall hence forever stone. Wait, no, crap, stone, no good. Now it's time for the Blip Labs, brought to you by the Drop Plus Koss GMR 54X ISO gaming headset. Drop worked with Koss to develop this affordable headset based on one of the audio company's popular designs with reduced tension in the lightweight headband and custom engineered acoustics for immersive 3D sound. Like Riley always says, you don't have to pay like a pro to play like a pro. Most pros just get sponsored stuff, they don't actually pay for it. So that's a whole thing. It includes a detachable boom mic and works with PlayStation 4, Xbox, Switch, and PC without any hassle. Plus, new users can get $20 off, so join the drop at the link below. First you blip, then you blap. Now that's the Blip Laps. I like it. Users have been reporting lower than advertised boost clocks on their Ryzen 3000 series processors. And while on average, clocks were only slightly lower, AMD is still going to work with their partners to release BIOS updates for AM4 motherboards that should address the issue. Hooray! Would have been a shame for something like this to allow Intel to come back from its shame corner a little bit. It needs some more time in there.
Yeah.
Think about what it's done.
Intel.
Hurricane Dorian is bearing down on the US, and car companies are once again responding. GM will provide OnStar services for free to their cars that have OnStar capability, and Tesla will apparently extend their car's range, provide free charging at supercharger stations, and charge Powerwall batteries to full power. That's pretty cool. Let's hope this doesn't encourage people to suddenly think that they can be amateur storm chasers. You can't. This is not Fortnite. You have to get out of the storm. It's the opposite.
Right.
Speaking of Teslas, Porsche just unveiled their version of one. The Taycan is the company's first all-electric car, and it can go from 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. Is that good?
Is it?
I think so. I think that's pretty good.
You should know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Now, whatever, my old Lambo would kick its butt.
Oh.
Michigan has become the first state in the US to ban flavored e-cigarettes, a move that the state's governor says is intended to prevent young people from being exposed to the potentially harmful effects of vaping. That's because vape juice comes in all sorts of wacky fun flavors like bubblegum and Fruit Loops and ground up unicorn hooves. You know, things that adults love.
Wait.
And Overwatch is almost certainly going to be announced for Switch at today's Nintendo Direct presentation. That is, if Eurogamer and Kotaku sources are correct. So by the time this video comes out, that will either be confirmed or denied. So, let us know instead of the other way around, which is how this usually works. Well, that's enough of this, so come back on Friday where there will be A, tech news, B, silly stuff, C, flavored vape juice, and
Wait.
no, there's only gonna be one of those things.
Wait, you don't want it?
And lots of safety.